Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today. I'm Lisa Vidot. Jordan Schreier staying with me for the
Here
rest
we
of the
are,
morning.
yes, together again, never apart.
We don't like to
lives.
separate very much.
No, never.
It's going to be a fun Monday for sure. And I was thinking, what did I do over the weekend? My start to the weekend was spending time with you again. We didn't take any pictures, but we had lunch.
No, we did. We got off of work and then we spent more time together because we weren't together enough while we were at work. So I suppose it shows a good thing that we got going on, though.
I love that. Yeah, we're still friends outside of the studio, although it does seem like you can't really separate us. When I heard Chris had to have the day off, I was like, Jordan, do you mind just staying in?
She texted me. She was like, hey, Chris is off on Monday. Can you do the show? And it's not really a question. It's more of a request. But, I was like, absolutely, I will.
If you say no, then we're not friends.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
You're
just
not invited to my birthday party anymore.
Okay, so I'm very excited to talk about your weekend because mine was pretty quiet, besides having lunch with you and one of our really good friends as well who used to work here at the station, so that was fun.
Just thinking I don't need to hold this. You mentioned that earlier.
I know, it's like we're just going to
I
talk about our weekend and specifically your adventures because you were all over the place.
had all of the adventures this weekend, so it started out really fun. Friday, went up to Harwood, explored that a little bit, so that was a good time. But Saturday, that is where the real fun happened. Went up to Mayville, which I hadn't been to Mayville before. I'd been there for a story back in the reporting days, but not just bummed around Mayville. I'd never gone to their restaurants or, gone about town just casually. But I went because there was an estate sale in Mayville, and I am crazy about estate sales and getting stuff.
Estate sales and thrifting, which later we're going to talk about, thrifting as well.
Yeah,
here
Heirlooms is on the show, and I saw that, and I was like, today's the perfect day for me to be on there. So yeah, me and my friend Hannah drove on up to Mayville to this estate sale, which was massive, had everything that you could possibly imagine. It was a dream. I am not even kidding you. We had these people, they just followed us around.
And he shops a lot of estate sales, so the fact that you were so excited about this one tells you something.
Yes, no, it was, these people had to be collectors, and so they were doing their thing with that, and it was amazing. So a few of the things that I got, one was, I have a picture of it. I love brass candlesticks. And
it's a bit of an obsession with you.
It is a bit of an obsession. I don't even know how many brass candlesticks I have. I think I have to have 56. I think I counted one time and there was 40 some, but I have since added to it from there. So the two big ones in the back, that one in the back is 14 inches tall, which in the candlestick world you don't find a lot of. So pretty excited about that. And that little, you can't see it very well, but there is a watering can in the back. That's what that is. You see kind of the spout going out of it. I just bought a watering can off of Target.com this past spring. Yeah, spring, because recently got into houseplants. With the pandemic and everything, can't do anything else, so I had houseplants. A new one of those, and I couldn't even get it in brass. I had to get it in an off metal, was $23, and I got that one for $7.
Wow.
I know, but now I'm well, what do I do with my $23 watering can? You know what I mean? I'm well, do I try to sell that one now? Because I won't get what I
think that's going on Facebook rummage sale.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a loss on it, but it's not nearly as cool. And then that old time silver, it's like a server. You'd put a hot dish in it,
Yes.
and that. You could put an actual tater tot hot dish, but I meant a warm dish would go in it. And it has a cover on it. It doesn't have a bottom, but then my mom cuts them out, cuts a piece of wood out, inserts it into the bottom, and stains it. So then you can use it as a cute tray. If you want in your bathroom, you could stack some perfumes on it if you have that, or some other stuff. So this is a fraction of what was picked up. I forgot that I was going to be on today until I came to work, so I didn't take a picture of everything.
But you described it to me earlier how you filled a whole truckload.
yeah, the whole back of the truck was full of stuff that me and my friend bought. So
I feel like this is almost like Antique Roadshow a little bit.
I loved it. It was amazing.
We should find out the true value of some of the things.
I picked up this old-time mantle clock, the wood ones that kind of, go up, and they got the round clock in the middle. It has the little key to it. I don't know if it works. I could take it. I know there's a clock repair shop in Fargo here that I could take it to and see if they can get it operating, because that would just be cool.
I love that.
But yeah. And then on the way out of town, I stopped at a moving sale because I saw a sign for it. Actually, my friend spotted it, and I literally was going down the road.
Because you can sniff it out. You're I think I smell another sale around here.
I smell a sale. My friend spotted it, was going 60 down the road, just like hit the brakes, turned into a field approach, whipped back out, went back down to the moving sale. Anyway, this one, I brought a piece of this because I saw it when I was walking out the door. I picked this up. It is a 1989 bomber jacket. My favorite part about it is it's for the North Dakota Centennial. On the back is what it is. So yeah, 1889 to 1989.
And can I tell you, you're a proud Minnesotan. So when you brought that in, I was like, oh my goodness.
I am, yeah. It's very proud to be from Minnesota. But hey, I work in Fargo, and these are kind of my people around here too.
If I would have known you had one of those or bought one of those, I could have brought mine in. I have a light pink one that was actually my grandmother's. So it's like a thing. These are, I don't know how many are still left. Luckily, I'm a hoarder. So when I was given my grandmother's from oh my goodness, it's probably, obviously since
From
1989. It's still somewhere in my closet. So
yeah,
I love the color of that though, and that is cool vintage looking.
Perfectly, yes. And bomber jackets are so hot right now. So I mean, that was just a great little find. And I also got a little a Fiesta Wear gravy bowl kind of in this cute color for a good price, and all these handmade quilts that were just. I've never been.
One of the last times you were on that we talked about your thrift, remember?
Got a chenille blanket. I have extras of those, and I have 2-3 closets now at home that I just full of my extra decor. And
his house is fully, decorated and designed, but he has like a whole nother,
in case I want to switch things out, or like, I don't know, you can't afford not to. That's what it is.
You do have an eye for a deal.
So yeah, got to get a deal. But while we were in Mayville, I have to say that we went to the pizza shop. We took a picture outside of there as well. The coolest sign at the pizza shop. Is it right? Yeah, there it is. Have you ever been there or seen that?
No, I haven't. But you've sold me on it.
Yeah, I would. If anyone's in Mayville, I would recommend going there. So we went there, and they also have like burgers, fries, stuff like that. Talking to the folks. Oh, we're thinking about getting a burger or whatever. What do you recommend? And the lady's like, do you see what the sign out front says? No, it's like, it says pizza shop. Yeah, so get the dang pizza.
Get the pizza if the pizza shop sign's that big.
Yeah, it was huge. Super cool. Got the pizza. Loved it. They have homemade sauce, homemade bread, like dough. All their stuff is like garden fresh stuff. Loved it.
We need to work on, I feel like we brought this up before, do like a Valley Today lunch in different cities like that. So even, small towns like Pizza Shop in Mayville, and, you kind of kept hitting some cool different places. I would love to do that.
Went from Mayville to Hillsboro to Grandin, which we went to the county line in Grandin. I have to say hello to all of my new Grandin friends that I made while we were there. A super fun time. And I had a very unusual experience while I was in Grandin as well that, of course, we had to document. So it was a very exciting weekend. But a lady there had just broken her foot, and she wanted me to sign her cast. So
you can't say no to that.
I couldn't. She was like, "You're that news guy." And I was like, "You bet." And she was like, "Would you sign my cast?" And apparently last week in Grandin, Bubba Schweigert was there. So
Jordan and Bubba both signed her cast.
Yeah, so she was just living her best cast signing life, and she undid it from her boot. She was like, and I don't let just anybody sign this, just so you know. And I was like, oh, I feel honored.
Well, it does look like there's a lot of white space, so I think she was telling the truth.
Yep.
Not just anyone. Did you sign next to Bubba?
I don't know. I just found an empty spot. She just kind of kicked it up in front of my face, and so I was like, okay, right there, I'll sign it. There you are.
I love that.
So yeah, also if anyone's just looking for a good small town bar to get a drink at, the county line in Grandin. I'm going back.
I felt like maybe on a motorcycle ride, one of the big group rides, we've stopped there, and I said, well, it doesn't have a lot of wood paneling, but that doesn't really, narrow down.
Every rural bar has wood paneling, yeah. No, there is, I think, some cedar-lined walls, but super. It just had that almost kind of like the show Cheers kind of a feel to it, like everybody knows everybody, but in a good way, not in a what are you doing in my bar, but like a come on up, have a sit with us, have a drink, da-da-da.
I love that. I love small town bars, and I think it's because I'm from a small town too.
Same.
So
yeah.
I absolutely like, and I like when you do everybody goes on a party bus, and you do just the small towns. But usually we don't go north, so now we'll have to maybe go north. When you
actually just normally, you hit up, what is it, the Knickerbocker.
Got to start at the Knickerbocker. You make it down to the Fort Saloon in Abercrombie.
Yeah, the Wild Rice.
The Wild Rice, well, yeah.
Isn't that in that neck of the woods?
That is too.
Yeah.
If you do the Knickerbocker, you have to do the Wild Rice
Exactly, yeah, just right there. So that very full weekend, my heart is filled with beer and cheese curds and estate sale fines. So it was great.
And a lot of pizza. So there's the cheap. Yeah.
All the pizza.
I know, I was thinking usually I take pictures, and I really didn't take too many pictures. I could have shared, I have down one daughter because one daughter went to Mankato with my mom. So I just had my 12-year-old. We did shopping and petties and nannies and all that fun stuff. But
and
not
what
nearly.
was your husband doing while you were out at the mall getting your nails done?
Someone's going to tell him this because I said, we're going to go run some errands. I'm like, you work on the dishwasher. So our dishwasher's broken, and then I went and got a pedicure, and I was like, yeah, I feel a little bit guilty as I'm only a little bit.
She told me that. She's like, yeah, I went and got my nails done while my husband fixed the dishwasher. And I was like, honestly, that's how it should be.
However, I've been doing dishes by hand for the last 2 weeks. So I feel like, unless he wants his wife to like lose her mind here pretty soon, he's got to get that dishwasher fixed. Oh my goodness, I am losing my mind. So I had a nice quiet weekend. Not quite the same world tour.
Yeah, up to Mayville and back. It was fun though. I loved it. I love seeing this part, like different towns and little areas and meeting new people, and you always find a connection somehow with someone.
That's so North Dakota, Minnesota though. And I love
Yeah.
that game. Well, I'm from here. Do you know this person? This person? It's my
And
favorite.
you always do. You always know somebody.
For sure.
Yeah, met someone that was my neighbor's wife's brother. So he was like, oh yeah, this guy's my brother-in-law. And I was like, no crap, he's my neighbor from down the road. And
Jordan Perham, I swear you're related to half of like Western Minnesota.
I
Seems
think
like
I'm
a
related
huge,
to all of
huge
Ottertail
family.
County.
Well, I love it.
Yeah, it's
I
a
love
fun
it. Well,
time.
thank you for showing us all of your finds and for joining us today.
Well, thanks for letting me talk about it. I just
good
had
stuff.
to get
Way
it
more
out,
entertaining.
so excited.
I know. So if you have any questions about brass candlesticks,
I'm your guy. You got to shine them up. Brasso. That's the product you got to use
that's
to
what
clean it.
we should have you on just to teach us how to thrift properly, to do estate
And then
sales,
clean the stuff
and
up
then to clean
properly
them and
after.
make them shiny.
But you're
and new.
kind of you're doing some of that stuff. You're doing your camper.
Kind of redoing, trying to, a little bit of DIY, new to me fun, but I'm still going to you for all the questions, like what color should these handles be? It's oak, I don't know, yeah.
She did say that, and then I was like, I have a spray paint recommendation. I'll go home and take a picture
Seriously,
of it.
how many pictures between our text messages are this
Yep.
is the type of, this color, whether it's white or black or brand?
Yep.
Jordan's the man to go to.
Well, we have a fun time doing it. So
Love it.
I'm excited for our show today, though. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, we are talking about thrifting a little bit later, like I mentioned. But up next, we're going to be talking to NDSU. How about we talk a lot about brain food? We're also going to talk about some food that will help boost your immunity. That's key these days. We're going to talk about that next.